What up, everybody? Here on the channel, we talk smart home tech and we talk home security, but home security is really my bread and butter. That's how Silverhammer got started. I was a crook catcher. I used to be a loss prevention manager, caught crooks using cameras, and that's really what it's all about for me. And if you watch the channel, you know my go-to brand for home security is Alibi Security, a company out of Austin, Texas. They're awesome. I've been working with them for a long time. Several reasons for that. Go back and check out our videos on that. But today we're talking about some cool new services for both our existing customers and future customers they're offering that are really freaking cool. So let's get into it. What up, everybody? It's George Langabeer with Silverhammer Surveillance. As I said, here on the channel, we talk smart home tech. We talk home security. Lately, we've been talking colon cancer because I was diagnosed with it in October 2022. Been sharing that journey and spreading awareness. But today's not about that. Today's about home security. My bread and butter. I'm a crook catcher. I love catching crooks. I love protecting the masses. That's what I'm all about. We're talking about my go-to brand for home security, which is Alibi Security. Been around since 1989. Company based in Austin, Texas. Several reasons I love them. Their customer service, 1% fail rate, which is very low. Just a fantastic company. People stalk me all the time trying to get me to use their stuff. I always go back to Alibi. We've done some videos on them. We did a video on their history, did a video on our go-to system that we install every day. Then the next week we installed it at a friend's house, showed you everything you need to do self-installs. We've been getting calls from across the country every day, several a day. We've been shipping them everywhere. We can ship them in the United States and Canada. So call us if you're interested in an Alibi system. But today we're talking about some additional services they're offering, which are pretty cool. And we can do that for existing customers and future customers. What we're talking about today is called Alibi Hybrid Cloud. What is that? Basically, it's a cloud service. You know, in today's world of surveillance, everything slowly but surely is moving to the cloud, whether it's cloud cameras or Wi-Fi cameras or whatever it is. But there are still a ton of people out there that have wired NVRs and wired DVRs because they're the most reliable systems that you can buy. That's what I believe in. The system that we sell is a wired NVR system because it's the most reliable. You don't need the internet for it to work. You've got physical storage that you own. There's so many advantages to it. The cameras are more weatherproof, they're more vandal-proof than most Wi-Fi cloud cameras. So many advantages to it, which I've covered. Go back and check out those videos. I'll put the links in the description below. But Alibi realizes that this is where everything's going, and so they've got a transitional service, which is fantastic, called Hybrid Cloud. There are three main advantages to this Alibi Hybrid Cloud. Number one is cloud backup. So you've got your NVR and your DVR there, 1% fail rate. I could count on one hand how many times I've sent back an Alibi product, but let's say it did fail. Your NVR, your hard drive, that footage would still be protected in the cloud because your cameras would still be recording there, and that's fantastic. So you don't have to worry about that being lost. I get the question all the time, George, with these wired systems, what happens if a thief breaks in and steals my DVR or NVR? Now, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've never had that happen, but I understand why people are worried about it. And I have heard horror stories from other people like myself that sell this stuff, that it has happened. Well, with this cloud service, that would protect your footage. And what's great about that is Alibi has such sophisticated systems, best systems I've ever used. And I get it told to me all the time, George, by the police, this is the best footage we've ever seen. That footage will still be protected in the cloud, and that's fantastic. So that cloud backup is important for all those different reasons. It's an insurance policy, basically, and that's very cool. All right, so that's advantage number one. Advantage number two is this cloud service has some crazy advanced analytics, and it's going to get more crazy as it goes along. So Alibi NVRs as is, and the camera system that I install every day has great analytics as is. Vehicle, person, line crossing, intrusion areas. This adds a ton of new analytics, even more advanced person recognition, vehicle recognition. I talked with the company that's working with Alibi on this advanced analytics, and it's going to get crazier as they go with crazy facial recognition that's so advanced, it's insane. But it also has loiter detection, gun detection, in the world of mass shootings, which is so unfortunate. And yeah, it's important for schools and businesses, but it's also important for homeowners. This crazy analytics has gun detection. Now, there's some systems out there that have shot detection, which means it'll detect when a gunshot happens. This is gun detection, so you'll be able to see it before the shot happens, which is important and can save lives. And the accuracy for this gun detection is insane, and it's going to get more advanced as they go. So the advanced analytics that comes with this cloud is crazy. And what's cool about it is it, it works best with Alibi recorders, but it works with other brands too. So even if you didn't buy an Alibi recorder from me or a different Alibi dealer and you've got a different brand, call me and let me know. I could probably get you this cloud service for your existing system. And you can get that crazy analytics and your cloud backup and just make your system more advanced. But I'm telling you, what I talked about, I had a Zoom call with this company that's working with Alibi, and what they showed me, the future is limitless about what they can do with these analytics. And you will have access to it as it comes if you have this cloud service. Now, as a side note, there's a cost to the cloud, and Alibi does not force you to have it. That's what's beautiful about it. And it's basically on a camera by camera basis. So just call me and inquire, and I can kind of give you more idea of what it would cost you, but it's very affordable and well worth it because you'll have that backup and these advanced analytics. Not only that, but the third advantage is called health monitoring. And so when you're talking about your equipment failing, your camera failing, your hard drive failing, this health monitoring is you can remotely monitor your system and make sure everything's working properly through this cloud service. In addition to that, if you wanted to give me access or Alibi access, you don't have to, but we can also do some health monitoring for you as your dealer or whatever it may be, and we can all make sure that your system's working properly. Now, again, Alibi is completely private, completely they're so worried about your privacy, very secure servers in Austin, Texas. But, so that's an optional. All of this is optional. They don't force it on you. And speaking of that, to add this cloud service, it's so easy. You call me or you call Alibi tech support, and they do it through what's called a peer-to-peer connection. Back in the day, you had to do all this remote stuff through your router. It was called port forwarding. And that's where things were unsecure, because if somebody hacked your router, then they could hack your cameras and all these things we're talking about today, they could hack them. Well, Alibi uses this peer-to-peer connection. Basically, you're hosting your cameras on very secure servers. When I say hosting, they're not watching them. They're just hosting them. It's kind of like Apple and iCloud, that kind of thing. And it's very secure, and you don't have to worry about people hacking, and you've got 100% control of your privacy with encryption and everything you want for security. So you're adding that with this cloud service as well. And I will have to say that probably my favorite thing about the cloud service is the analytics. You can reduce false alarms with these analytics by 95%. That's how crazy these analytics get. So back in the day, when the trees blew, or you had a flag in your yard, or there was a bunny rabbit or whatever it be, the bunny rabbit could be really cute, but it doesn't mean you wanted to set off your recording. Well, this narrows it down and it reduces false alarms up to 95%. And that's fantastic. And that's my favorite part of this. So the cloud backup is great. The health monitoring is great. But man, these analytics, one of my favorite things about the Wi-Fi cameras, Apple HomeKit Secure Video, Nest, is the facial recognition and everything they're able to do with that. Well, this is just getting way beyond that. This is going to blow that away, and it's just going to keep coming. And like I said, you'll be ready for it as it comes. And that's what's most exciting to me. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Those are some pretty cool analytics. I know a lot of you just like your NVR and DVR as is. I think it's fantastic that Alibi leaves this as an option. I want to reiterate that you can do this if you're an existing customer of ours or a future customer of ours. And what's even cooler is that you can use this with different brands other than Alibi. You will get the smoothest experience with an Alibi recorder, but if you got a different brand, call and let me know. I'll find out if it works for you. I bet it does. And it's just a great addition to give you some peace of mind, that cloud backup, the analytics, and the health monitoring. Okay, so that's Alibi Hybrid Cloud. Now, real quick, I just want to give you a health update. Again, colon cancer, October 2022. I've shared my journey. I've got a colon cancer playlist if you want to follow along. Check that out. I appreciate your concern so much. We have the best subscribers in the world. You've been so patient with me through this journey. I've had to take some time off and everything, and you guys have been amazing and wonderful, and your concern means the world to me. So I just want to give you this little update. I had a bowel perforation, which my tumor basically tried to take me out. I had emergency surgery, and that basically took me out of chemo for a while. I had to recover from that surgery. Then I went back to chemo, and we're doing cycles 7 through 11, and I just had cycle 7. Actually, it was 6 through 11. I had one before that too. So when I go in for those cycles, they check me out, they check out my labs, and everything can be as good as we want it to be right now. I've had a PET scan with no evidence of disease. That's what you're shooting for when you got stage 4 like I do. No evidence of disease, that's basically remission. So I had a PET scan in between 2 surgeries I had. That was free of disease. I had that surgery for my perforation. They took out 35 lymph nodes. That's how cancer spreads. You're worried about those lymph nodes having cancer. They were all free of disease. Then after my surgery recovery, I had a CT scan, and you're checking to make sure everything's functioning properly, checking to see if there's cancer there. No evidence disease of that CT scan. Now, my oncologist won't officially give me the NED status, which is what you're shooting for. You want that remission. But unofficially, I'm pretty much NED. Now, the thing is you want a PET scan. PET scans light up cancer like a Christmas tree. That's what we're shooting for. But unfortunately, for insurance considerations, you can't just get PET scans all the time. And that's why we did a CT scan and not a PET scan. So I just finished cycle number 7. Great labs, great tumor marker. Everything looks great as we want it to right now. I'm going to go up to cycle 11. After cycle 11, which will be about the second week in June, we're going to do a PET scan and see where we're at. And the hope is free of disease on that PET scan. And then my goal and my hope with my oncologist is that that's when I'll get that NED status, meaning remission. And that could be the best news that I could get as a stage 4 cancer survivor. So that's what we're hoping for. So we're kind of in limbo to then. And again, we're just going to keep on with our normal content, put these health updates at the end with chapters so you can skip around. But again, another thank you. I can't thank you enough. But there you go. There's a health update. I'm doing as well as I can. That's how I'm going to just keep trying to pump out these videos weekly again. We're going to get back to our weekly schedule. If I have to take a week off for a chemo week, so be it. But I'm going to try to knock them out every week again. So again, thank you for your patience. Thank you so much for worrying about me. Thank you for being wonderful, loyal subscribers. I love you all. And until that next video, peace and love.